Oh, you even got the address.
Mm.
Cool. Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to the Lionel Travel Podcast. This is episode 4. I'm currently in a university apartment in Austin, Texas, here in the great US of A. It's been over 2 decades since I've last been in the US, so it's been quite a welcome change to South America and Mexico. But yeah, I'm here with 2 longtime friends of mine, Bo-Geun and Jin. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Hello, my name is Bo-Geun Choi. I've known Lionel since, I guess, year 9 from ACG Parnell, and then since until year 12. And we've been really good friends during high school, but I moved to Australia to do med school, I think in 2013, and I think we didn't see each other for a while, and then we caught up again last year when Lionel came to visit his brother, who is also living in Brisbane as well.
Yeah.
I'm currently working in Queensland and currently on like a 6 months break, so that's why I decided to come to Austin, Texas in America to visit our other friend here, Jin. But while at the same time catching up with Lionel on his year-long world trip. What a great coincidence.
Yeah, it was really good that we could set this up. And Jin, do you want to go?
My name is Jin. I am from Korea. I've met Lionel in high school, year 11, when I was year 11, and when Lionel was year 10. Since high school, I've moved to the States, and I'm currently doing my PhD here in Texas, Austin. And I haven't seen Lionel since high school, so
Yeah.
it was a pleasure.
It's been over a decade since we've met in real life. You did come back to visit New Zealand though, but I just wasn't there because I've been in Australia.
On the way, I did see you in Korea in 2014.
Yeah.
The ski trip.
Yeah.
Lionel broke his ankle.
My knee. Yeah. I told my ACL in Korea.
Yeah.
And Bo-Geun was very attentive to that. But yeah, high school. How did you guys find senior college?
If I go back to Parnell College, I guess it was my first private high school. It was very different atmosphere to my intermediate, where it was literally everyone in my class was pretty much full of naughty kids, and then I come here, it's like completely different ball game. There's obviously a bit of naughty kids, but majority of people are very high achievers.
Goody goods.
Yeah, goody goods.
And then there's Lionel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the naughtiest of them all.
Yeah. The ringleader. And then senior college I really enjoyed senior college. It felt like a stepping ground to uni, and you had a lot more freedom compared to Parnell.
Yeah.
And
other high schools.
Literally in the middle of the city. You can go out of campus during breaks, and you didn't have uniforms.
Yeah.
And
the classes were much longer too.
Yeah.
Than in high schools.
Yeah, classes will go into like 4:20 or 4:30 or something.
Like the period wise was like longer than an hour.
It was like 80 minutes or something.
Yeah,
each period was 80 minutes.
It was over an
hour. And have a lot of great memories going to senior. And obviously, thanks to it also includes being with you guys back then as well.
Okay. Yeah, I think Bo-Geun pretty much summed everything up. Lots of freedom. It's kind of like a mini college. Very different from traditional high schools, for sure. I don't really remember studying much there. I was just fooling around in the library, hanging out with friends.
Playing Tekken.
Yeah, playing Tekken.
Tekken.
Yeah, Tetris.
Oh yeah, Tetris Battle, Facebook.
Yeah, good times. Good times. I definitely enjoyed it. Yeah.
I am a bit sad I missed out on year 13. Sounds like there was a lot of good memories that was made that I unfortunately missed out on with Lionel and co.
Yeah, I wasn't there, so.
Yeah, you also missed it as well.
Then, wait, prior to senior college, Jen, did you...
Oh yeah, I went to high school for 2 years in Palmerston North.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a very, very traditional, like, big boys' high school. I'm assuming it's very similar to Oakland Grammar in all those like uniforms and very disciplined.
I think they draw a lot of comparisons between the two.
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think our headmaster actually moved to Oakland Grammar.
He did. Yeah.
It was a very, very different environment, but I definitely liked senior college a lot more.
And the student population was so little as well.
Yeah.
Our year was like 120 kids or something. Was it 150?
Oh, no, it was like 120.
Yeah, 120. Yeah. And it just got smaller and smaller every year.
And then the school disappeared.
And then it went to zero.
R.I.P. But yeah.
What's on the next segment? Uni?
Yeah. I mean, because you guys went outside of New Zealand for your uni.
Yeah, I went to UQ in Brisbane, Australia. I guess it was like my first time living overseas away from family, and I was in like a off campus but like a dormitory, like a university dormitory. And I met so many different people. It was very different. Like the stuff you learned was like pretty similar to high school really, but like the whole environment was just so foreign. I knew no one pretty much, but somehow I survived. Yeah, and still there now. I think it's been like 12 years, 11 years and counting in Queensland.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. That's like more than a third of my life now. Probably like half of my teen, like more than half my teen years when you're like actually able to like think more at a like advanced level, so like more forms of memory. So I guess most of my adult life has been in Queensland.
But despite being in Australia for so long, I feel like your accent hasn't changed. As much as I know some friends that just sound fully Australian now.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know why. I probably picked up a little bit, but
yeah, like trace amounts.
Yeah, but everyone still can definitely know I'm not Australian.
But again, if you go there after high school, your accent doesn't really change too much, as opposed to if you move when you're a kid.
Younger.
Well, earlier, but then I know people that went over for uni.
Oh, damn.
And theirs has changed quite drastically. Yeah.
And it's not like I wasn't hanging out with Australian people. Like most of my friends are from Sydney.
Yeah.
Like second gen Asians who are like fluent.
Yeah.
Maybe you like your Kiwi heritage.
Maybe.
Deep underneath.
So Jim?
For uni, I went to University of Minnesota here in the States. It was very different from, I guess, New Zealand in a lot of ways. The food was completely different. The accent that you mentioned, completely pure American accent. People found me very interesting when I used to have Kiwi accent a little bit. But yeah, I met a lot of nice people, and in general they were very interested in an Asian kid from New Zealand.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very nice.
You were one of one, right?
Yeah. I did meet one New Zealander when I was taking a bowling class.
Oh.
And her sister, older sister, apparently went to senior college.
Oh wow.
Really?
That was like years back.
Oh, right.
So we probably never met her.
Yeah.
She's probably like 7 or 8 years older than us.
That's it.
Yeah, but that was pretty interesting.
Mm.
But yeah, it was a very different experience. Very American.
Yeah.
I'm used to it now, but back then,
How was Minnesota compared to Texas?
like weather-wise, or like
Or just like
in general?
Yeah.
people are a little bit nicer than here.
Mhm.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They call it Minnesota nice.
Oh, okay.
But people are nice here too.
Mm.
But, like,
Yeah.
Everyone here has been really nice.
Yeah.
Mm.
It gets really, really cold, like brutally cold,
Mm.
down to negative like 30 Celsius.
Wow.
So the whole campus is like connected via underground tunnels, so you don't actually have to go outside.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
But it's not very well made. So like if you want to walk from building A to building B, it would take maybe like 10 minutes outside. But if you take the tunnels, it would take like 30 minutes. It's not like those like straight tunnels that you think of. It's like
Yeah.
you have to.
It's
through-
convoluted.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you have to go through like those buildings, basement 2, and if you go through this specific door,
Mm.
you end up in like this, like parking garage that's indoors.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to go upstairs and then find this other specific door that you have to go to, and yeah, the whole way through.
Wow.
But at least you don't have to go outside. That's
Mm,
super cool.
Right.
That was pretty interesting. Yeah, very hard to drive around when there's a lot of snow.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's been pretty similar to here.
Can you remind us and the listeners whereabouts Minnesota is?
Oh yeah, so
in the
Minnesota
US?
is for very northern part of the states, right underneath Canada, and it's
Is it bordering Canada?
yeah,
Oh, it is.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
but it's in the middle part of the U.S. So
Yeah.
it borders Canada, but it's all forests up there, so you don't actually you can technically drive, but no one really drives through
Right.
to Canada because there are no cities on the other side.
Yeah.
It's right next to Wisconsin, I
Mm.
believe, to the east.
The cheese state.
Yeah.
Right.
They're all very similar. Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the capital city of Minnesota?
Minneapolis. Oh, St. Paul, I think.
Oh.
St. Paul and Minneapolis are right next to each other, so they call it the Twin Cities.
Oh.
And that's why their baseball team is called the Twins.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
And then, since it's so cold, they have a lot of Scandinavian people, immigrants from a while back.
Yeah.
So the football team is called the Vikings.
Oh.
Oh, the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
Like that Lizzo song.
Yeah. So everyone there is very big, very white, very. They
Chalky.
love the cold, weather.
Mm.
I found very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
If it goes down to like negative 15, 10 Celsius, people just start walking around in shorts.
Damn. Okay.
They're used to it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So then after Minnesota, you moved here.
I went to Korea for 2 years in the army,
Right.
and then back here for my grad school.
And
Which
how
one?
was? Oh, you go.
Which one did you enjoy living in more?
Honestly, Austin's a little bit better for me because I like I prefer the hotter environment.
Yeah.
Over being too cold, and then there is quite a big Korean population here.
Mm-hmm.
So more accessible food, and it's a little bit more city than
Mhm.
Minneapolis.
Right.
And also, as an undergrad, you kind of live in a dorm. You eat dorm food. You don't really have a car, so you can't really go anywhere the campus. But here, it's more like living your life. sort
Yeah.
of.
You're more mobile.
Yeah. So, I think like this place is a little bit better,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't mind going back to Minnesota.
Oh yeah. With your national service,
Yeah.
how was the experience? Because I know a lot of the listeners are probably curious as to like what you do and.
I don't think he had the typical experience.
Yeah. Right. For me, it was because I graduated my uni before I went to the army, so I already had my bachelor's. So they assigned me as a facility technician. So I didn't have to do any of those typical army training, like those very physically intensive stuff. So it was not too bad for me.
Mm-hmm.
Just maintaining the facilities, and we had a CAD technician who does all the fixing, and I just had to kind of assist him. So yeah, it was just like a very regular job
Mm-hmm.
environment, a little bit different from what everyone else kind of experiences in their army years.
But then, do you have to live in the military base, or?
Not for me, but
Okay.
most people
Do.
They do. Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna say what?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say he was able to commute from home.
Oh, right,
So,
yeah.
It was a very, very special case.
Yeah.
Like even for your position, it was special, or just your position can do that.
My position can do that
Oh,
because
okay.
my army base, or the facility that I was in,
Mm.
was outside the army base, and usually the people that work there are in the same position that I was in.
Yeah.
Because if you put ordinary soldiers, they might flee. It's not really guarded.
Too tempting.
Yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah, just walk out the door. It's,
Chicken.
Civilian life.
Chicken,
Yeah.
fast food.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like a facility for families of military officers and whatnot. So like it was like a gym. There was a like a motel kind of thing, accommodation.
Yeah.
So that the wives of military officers can visit when they're traveling to a different city,
Mm-hmm.
sleep there, go play golf.
Were you paid?
A little bit, yeah. So when I first started, it was US dollar, 170 per month. And then by the time I got finished, it was 500 USD per month.
Oh wow.
It was a big jump. Like a few 100% increase.
Dang. 500.
I think now it's a lot better. It's about like 2,000-ish. So it did improve a lot over the years.
Right.
Because I was discharged like 5 years ago.
Mm.
But yeah. Before that, it was a lot worse too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the minimum wage in Korea? Do you know?
I think right now it's like 9,501 or something around those lines.
It's about like 8 or 9 USD.
Per hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's about the same as here.
Yeah.
It's not too bad here.
Wait, is that the minimum wage here?
Depends on the state, but yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's
I think in
actually
Texas it's
really
like-
low.
8 or something.
Oh, that's why they keep saying you need to tip
Yeah.
these people
Yeah.
because that's actually their livelihood.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right. Gotcha.
And technically, the servers don't get paid minimum wage. They get paid lower
Oh, have I paid
Mm.
my Uber driver this morning? Let me
because of
check.
the tip.
Oh, so the wait, that's kind of
Yeah.
shady.
Yeah.
Damn.
What was that? What was that last part?
So they don't have to get paid minimum wage. They actually get paid lower than minimum wage.
Oh my god, really?
Mm.
You work in a tip receiving job.
Whoa.
But yeah,
Okay.
This tipping culture is
very different.
Yeah.
Very annoying. Yeah.
So okay. So after military service, you then moved from Minnesota to Texas,
Yep. Yeah.
and you've been in Texas for the past like
Almost 5 years.
5 years, yeah. Do you call Austin home?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I got married, first formed a family with a cat. So yeah. Yeah, I call it home for now.
And just for the listeners, Jin's wife and cat are outside of this room, which we're recording.
She might be hearing.
Yeah, she's just like at the door.
Censoring what I'm saying. Yeah.
What are, I guess, the upsides and downsides of living in Austin or in Texas, you feel?
Texas. People think it's a very sort of conservative. Yeah, conservative state, which is.
Yeah.
But if you live in a city, it's not too bad. Like Austin is very, very liberal.
Yeah.
I think Dallas is too. Houston, I'm not really too sure, but they do have a lot of Asian population there, so
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it's pretty safe there as well. But if you travel a little bit more to the countryside, it does get very redneck state.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, gas is really cheap here.
Mm-hmm.
Weather is not too bad. It does get really hot, but so are some other states. People are nice.
Do you experience any racism here?
I actually have not yet,
Oh, okay.
which is very interesting. But I don't really go to the country area.
Okay.
Jin doesn't really go outside. So.
I like to stay in Austin. But I have heard some people, when they go travel around Texas, some people have experienced it.
Yeah.
Also, it depends on how good your language skills are
Yeah.
as well, for sure.
Because your English is great.
Yeah.
So.
Like my wife, whatever, there was one time when she went to a cafe, she ordered something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
The server didn't understand what she was saying.
Okay.
So she thought it was racism, but when I asked her or kind of ordered the same menu, it was fine. So I'm assuming it was just like a language barrier.
Like a comprehension issue.
Yeah. So they weren't trying to be like passive aggressive or pretending not to hear. But yeah, definitely if you do have some limitations, it could be misunderstood or might not recognize it.
Yeah.
Like if someone's being racist or not.
Right.
There does seem to be a pretty big Asian population here.
Yeah. So Austin's fine. And the bigger cities are definitely fine.
I remember some of the people I met in Mexico, well, Americans in Mexico, were saying that Austin is the most progressive city in Texas.
Yeah, for sure. Because we have the university here, a lot of Hispanic population here, and then a lot of IT tech companies.
Yeah.
And also Samsung moving in, Tesla moving in.
Oh, Samsung's moving in too.
Samsung already had a big factory here, but they're building more right now.
Oh, okay.
So my dad actually visited Austin a couple times, early 2000s. And
For work.
Yeah, for his work. Because he works for Samsung. He used to. And he remembers Austin as a very small town, like nothing here. But I guess if he comes visit next year, it'll be very different from what he remembers.
Alright.
Yeah.
Cool. So, our trip.
Well, I guess we should move on to our experience in Texas. So, I arrived a bit earlier than Lionel, and I had the so I arrived on the 2nd, very late.
2nd of April.
Yeah, 2nd of April, and pretty much been hanging out with Jin and his wife, and I've met a couple of his friends as well. Pretty much all Korean. It feels like he just surrounds himself with other Koreans in their in their postgrad who are doing their PhDs, and everyone's been really nice. And I've been very surprised to hear pretty much all of them are from very prestigious universities in Korea. But I guess first couple days it was just Jin was busy with his defense proposal or presentation. So very grateful that he spared some time to pick me up the day before his proposal.
And also buy you steak.
And buy me steak.
Yeah, don't forget that part.
And then he showed me around his uni, and met some of his colleagues, and they showed me all the cool stuff that they're working on, and it was very different from what I remember doing in undergrad. They actually do stuff here instead of being told through like slides and stuff. And the university is really beautiful.
Yeah.
It's massive. I thought UQ was pretty big and like has that kind of majestic, like old beige, castle-y kind of feeling. Here it's more, it's not castle-y. A lot of the new buildings are very new apparently, but it's all the buildings are very big, like 10 floors, every shade of beige, and the campus is massive. And then a couple of days, I think on the 5th and 6th, we went to Dallas.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Dallas was...
It's like a big business city.
Yeah, okay, yeah, business city, also very many shades of beige. And what did we do? We watched the NBA game, the Dallas Mavericks versus the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
We saw Curry. Unfortunately, we didn't see Luka.
So early.
Oh yeah, we saw Kyrie.
Yeah.
This was my first NBA game. I don't really follow NBA, but I still wanted to experience what it was like to watch it, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. The game itself was very, very competitive. I think the Dallas Mavericks are in the playoffs, but they're like I think they were 6th at the time, and the Warriors were 10th, so they were playing very hard for every win at the time, and every quarter ended with like a 2 or 3 point difference, and then it came down to like a buzzer beater shot, which unfortunately the Warriors missed.
Was it Curry?
I know it wasn't Curry.
Okay.
And we bet on the next day's lunch on it. And Jin had the Jin was bet on his local team, so he won, and I shouted him to some, what did we get?
So long time.
So long time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but I was reading very nice. Didn't order anything too fancy.
And then after that, we just I think after we came back from Dallas, we just didn't do much.
Yeah.
Wait, let me just check.
We kind of just waited
For Lionel.
So we didn't want to do too much before he got here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So then I arrived on the 7th.
Yeah, on Sunday.
Yeah.
Night.
So that was a flight from Mexico City to Austin, and man, coming from Mexico City where the streets are so colorful and vibrant to this ocean of beige was really quite shocking. And yeah, as well, like the uni is really nice, but I just wish they added more color.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not that hard. You just need some buckets of paint.
Yeah.
But yeah, my flight came really early, so caught these guys a bit off guard.
Yeah.
But yes, very grateful that you guys came when you did. And that was the kind of like late afternoon.
Yeah.
And so we went to Rudy's.
Oh yeah, for the barbecue. Yeah.
Which is a pretty famous chain of barbecues in Texas. Is it in all of the US or just Texas?
I think it's just Texas.
Okay. Yeah, it was a nice welcome. A lot of meat, as we've ingested so much meat. That's true.
From burgers to like, what is it?
Pizza,
barbecue to pizza.
Mexican food, and Tex-Mex. Yeah. So what did we do the day after?
I think that was when we roamed the capital, got some boba, then we went to H Mart.
Yeah.
This one, and then we went pool afterwards.
Oh, yeah, it was a very rainy day. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, we couldn't really do anything outdoorsy
Mhm.
on the day.
Mm.
But yeah, pool was fun. Pool kind of brought back a lot of memories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were
High
going through
school.
some old high school photos and
Oh, reenacting
reenacting them. I will post it on Instagram or somewhere
Mhm.
once I.
You should do like a side-by-side shot.
Yeah, I want to try and do that, but I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it on my phone.
Yeah, you might have to do it on your laptop.
Yeah.
With a Photoshop.
Yeah.
Or there'll be some online service that has a template,
Oh, okay.
and you can just chuck the photos in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that's okay.
That's probably the best
I
way.
was like struggling to find how to do it.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, the weather was quite bad.
Yeah. Even the day after, right?
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
We went to the barbecue place.
Mm.
The other barbecue place, Salt Lake.
Yeah.
It was like hailing and yeah.
Oh, the hail, yeah.
But we'll get to that.
hmm
Yeah, I
Don't
think
skip too much.
the next day we tried to go to the. Oh yeah, we went. That was the night we went to Salt Lake. Yeah, we did go Salt Lake
Oh, it was on
after
the same
pool.
day?
Yeah, it was on the
Oh,
same
okay,
day.
okay.
It was the same
We
day.
thought it was gonna clear up, but it did not.
Mm.
Did
And
temporarily.
yeah,
hmm
there was a huge line there, right? That was
Yeah.
when we waited for like an hour.
Yeah.
I waited for 45 minutes.
Mm.
Yeah.
think.
But they said it was gonna be an hour and a half. But
Yeah.
it didn't really take that long.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think they just wanted to
Scare
temper
people.
expectations.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was pretty far from, I guess, the main
City.
city area.
Yeah.
And the drive back was quite arduous.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
there's like no street lights.
Yeah.
It's hailing.
Everyone's like a huge car, so even though they're probably not high beam, it feels like high beam.
True, yeah, their low
Yeah.
beam is our high
Yeah.
beam.
And
Right.
what do you guys think of Salt Lake barbecue?
It's Salt Lake.
Salt Lake.
Yeah.
So like it was great. I love the briskets there.
Mm.
And the environment was very like lively and very
Mhm.
Texan.
Mm.
Yeah, I was a huge fan.
Yeah.
That was my favorite barbecue period. I mean, I knew America barbecue was going to be on another level because in Australia and New Zealand, it's just bad. Like, straight up.
Yeah.
They do not do a good job.
They think the peak of meat is steak. Just like
Mm.
regular steak.
yeah.
That's their peak.
But yeah, it was while we were leaving. Oh, well, like having dessert, there was a hailstorm
Oh yeah.
as well as a thunderstorm.
Mm.
I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
Man,
It's like non-stop for like an hour.
Yeah.
Like the whole drive back.
yeah. And there was actually an accident on the road as
Oh,
we were
yeah.
leaving,
Mm.
so we had to detour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Backtrack.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I think we tried to go kayaking in the Colorado River,
Yeah.
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 but it was
Too
probably
windy.
because of the day before it was too windy.
Yeah.
They advised us to not go kayaking because then you'll just get swept downstream and you can't come back.
Yeah.
You will not return.
Yeah. So we pretty much just spent that day just like roaming around the river,
Yeah.
walking around. I
Which was
think-
really nice.
Yeah,
It's a very long walk.
Yeah.
around Soko. What is it? South
Congress.
Congress.
Did we
yeah.
go there today on that day? After?
No, that was a different day.
Oh no! Wait. Okay.
That was when we went to. You had to do some work, so we went to
Oh,
that
yeah.
cafe,
Yeah.
and then Bo-Geun and I walked.
around.
some
Oh yeah, that was the
Congress.
day we went to Oasis to get a good view. That was a really great view.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
And then
So South Congress was the same day as the. Or that was the day after.
yeah, the day after.
Okay.
Oh no! Wait, the next day we went to San Antonio.
Wasn't South Congress earlier?
Probably. Did I miss a day?
So, kayaking, windy, city,
It wasn't that day.
Oasis. Yeah, it wasn't that day.
Hmm.
Oh, just for context for the listeners, we're looking at Bo-Geun's notes because he has a day log of
A very
what he
like
did.
pretty brief like diary of just like
Yeah. Well, it doesn't have to be like fully
Yeah.
chronological. We're just
Yeah.
covering stuff that we did.
Okay.
But yeah, South Congress was nice. There were a bunch of stores and restaurants.
mm,
And then during our walk, we
Definitely,
overshot a
yeah.
turn.
on a massive detour somewhere.
Yeah.
Got some nice steps in for the day.
Yeah. Went through the suburbs.
Yeah.
So we got to actually see the houses and
Like,
stuff rather
yeah,
than just the
like
city.
the residential areas.
Yeah. Yeah. So overall, it was fine.
Mm. And then the next day we went to that was the San Antonio in the caverns.
Yeah. The Living Bridge Cabins.
Oh,
The
yeah,
natural-
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Natural
Bridge
Natural
cabin.
Bridge cabin.
Natural Bridge?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I say Living Bridge. It's just like a bunch of people stacked up in the Natural Bridge Cabins.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. All the limestone formations.
Mm.
And
It was really majestic to look at.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like what you think of a cavern. When you
Yeah.
when you hear the word
Yeah.
cavern, is what you kind of think
Mhm.
what it would be like. It was exactly that.
Very wide, huge. And then the naming scheme is very
Random.
random, but like it makes sense.
It does make sense.
Really?
Like curtains,
Oh,
drapes,
okay.
columns.
I thought you were talking about like those.
The names of the
Oh,
formations.
Oh, some of the
Yeah.
random names.
Yeah.
There's like the egg drop or something.
Oh, the fried egg.
Oh, the fried egg,
Fried egg.
and then like the king's chair or
Yeah.
throne,
The throne.
and then there was like the
Mountain something.
something getting back rent or something about.
Oh, the landlord.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
landlord.
Yeah, that one was the randomest one for sure. And cave bacon.
Mm.
Oh, yeah.
That was cool.
And then I think we forgot that while we were going there, Lionel went to Bucky's for the first time.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bucky's.
Yeah, I was able to go to Bucky's on our drive to Dallas.
Mm.
So, but the Bucky's is really cool.
Mm.
Like they got a really nice, cute mascot, and it's like
beaver.
Mm.
Yeah.
And the whole concept of it is like pretty useful. Just like a massive pit stop for
Mhm.
everyone who's a bit tired from driving, want to get a little food, and I really like that they have like 20 urinals.
Mm.
So it's like there's never a line.
Mm.
And I
True.
bought like 8 of the little Bucky's key rings
Yeah.
so I can get all my friends one.
Yeah. And they were very mean. Like pecan pie, pecan.
Oh yeah, the
Oh,
pecan
the
pie.
glazed pecan.
Yeah.
Glazed pecans are really
yeah.
good, but
Yeah.
very sweet, very sweet.
So sweet.
Everything's very sweet and very salty in America.
Yeah.
Mm.
And because that day you went to Whataburger.
Yeah, I've already had the Bucky's
Like barbecue stuff.
barbecue
Oh,
burger,
yeah.
so I went across the street to get Whataburger,
Mm.
and that was actually like a pretty decent burger. I thought it was better than like a regular Macca's quarter pounder.
Mm-hmm. But then, yeah, that day was my first time at Bucky's and my first time trying the food there, and I think we got the sliced
Yeah.
brisket sandwich.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
That was really good.
Yeah.
I
I like it.
I was surprised. Because you think of like a gas station and it's like, oh, it's going to be really old. But then they have a section of Bucky's that's
Purely-
dedicated
yeah.
Yeah.
to
It's like a
doing
mini
barbecue.
kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's maybe 6 or 7 workers
Yeah.
inside, and they're all cutting up meat and making these sandwiches.
Mm.
So that was really cool, and it's just so big.
Yeah, it's really
Like,
big.
the sheer size of, well, I know the Bucky's. There are many of them, and they vary in size. The one that we went to, I don't think is the biggest one, but
Yeah, probably not.
it was still gigantic
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a first timer, and there was just so much variety of stuff that you could buy there. Apart from the glazed pecans as well,
Yeah.
I bought a packet of these. They call them beaver nuggets.
No, they're so good.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Which is basically, it's like a corn puff that they glaze with brown sugar, and yeah,
They're so addictive.
it's so addictive, man. What else? Oh, they have like
Jerky.
a wall full of jerky, which was really nice. And oh man, Because when we went to Rudy's and then like first having the banana pudding, and I got addicted to banana pudding. It's so nice, man. But yeah, Buc-ee's is great. I don't really see it ever coming to Australasia because we just probably don't have enough people to support it.
Yeah.
But
no one really drives interstate that much. Most people just fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely if I do make my way to like this part of the States again, I will head to a Buc-ee's. Yeah. And I think anybody that comes to Texas, or is it like it's in Oklahoma as well, right?
It's mostly just the southern part of the states.
Yeah. Then you definitely have to make your way to one of those. It's like a cultural experience to go to a Buc-ee's.
It should be on your to-do list.
For sure.
And then I think after, so we're back to this, what we're doing. After the cabins, we went to the
city.
Pollo Asados Los Norteños.
Yeah,
like that.
nice.
In San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Yeah.
The Rigby one. Let's make that clear.
Yeah.
The Rigby
Rigby.
one. Yeah. And they did really good roast chicken.
It was great.
Yeah. It's like roast chicken. So if you see it on the menu, you can either order a half or a whole chicken. So Bo-Geun and Jin shared a whole chicken. I had a half chicken. And then they give you a bunch of sides as well.
Plenty of sides to share between two.
Yeah. There were flour tortillas. They do their own rice, which is flavored with, I guess, Mexican seasoning. We also ordered beans.
Bean soup or something.
They're called charo beans.
Okay.
Yeah. And
they had like a dip, like a, was it green salsa?
Yeah.
Salsa.
I think they called it, like green sauce. But yeah, I think it was like a salsa. But then I also tasted avocado. So I think it was almost like a mix between salsa and guacamole.
And then they have the roast chilies, green chilies.
Which was really hot. I took a bite of it and because both Bo-Geun and Jin can't deal with spicy.
Didn't even try.
Yeah. you dodged the bullet because that was way more than I expected. And the drinks as well.
Oh,
so big.
Yeah.
So big. So good. They were actually really good. I think I finished my pineapple drink.
Yeah.
And the price was very cheap too.
Yeah, very reasonable. Yeah, that place.
It's very authentic.
Like, think of like an authentic Nando's, but like better.
Yeah, it's. Well, from when I was doing my research for where we should go eat, was the most recommended online. So, and it didn't disappoint. So I think for people going to San Antonio, that should be a pretty high priority stop.
They should go to the
Rigsby, because there are several locations.
Yeah, because I went to the other one before and it wasn't as great.
Right.
Okay.
As that one. Yeah. That one was definitely worth it.
Yeah.
And then after that, we went to the Alamo in the city.
Yeah. Almost closing time.
Yeah.
So we didn't get to go in.
So I guess we couldn't see the museum part of like the.
I think it was the cathedral.
We visited the church.
Yeah. But not the inner grounds.
That was already closed.
Yeah.
But it was still cool reading the signboards and learning about
the history
and the significance of the Alamo and
the heroes.
To the U.S. Not to the Mexicans.
True.
I guess it was kind of significant to the Mexicans as well at the time.
That was a big win for them.
Yeah, big W for
big W.
In the long run, it didn't really work out so well.
Yeah.
And then we drove.
No, we walked around the river.
We had dinner there.
Yeah, we had the.
we went to the parking lot and walked around the river walk.
Right.
Very nice.
And that was the San Antonio River.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It was really nice.
Yeah.
It was really busy. Lots of tourists, and then like a lot of them on the boats that like people could ride on.
A guided tour.
Yeah.
Even on a Thursday afternoon, it was packed.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
And they're very frequent as well.
Yeah.
And then we got some nice
pizza,
stove cooked pizzas. What do you call them?
It's like oven baked pizza.
Yeah, oven baked pizzas.
Yeah.
Like a
In an actual
traditional style. Yeah.
It's a Neapolitan stone oven, so it's dome shaped, and yeah, I mean it tasted really great.
We were hoping to see like what it looks like at nighttime with all the lights on when it's dark, but unfortunately Texas weather still like by like 7 p.m. 8 p.m. is still just sun setting.
Yeah.
So we couldn't see what it looks like in the dark.
Yeah.
But we had to get back
to drive to Houston the day after.
No, oh man, we had to drive that night back to Austin.
Yeah.
So we couldn't wait until too late.
Yeah.
And we had to leave. And then next day, me and Lionel, we were like, we are definitely feeling the calories.
Yeah, food fatigue.
So we wanted to go to the Planet Fitness near our hotel.
Quote unquote near.
Yeah. According to Google Maps, it's a nice brisk 20 minute walk. It was not a brisk 20-minute walk. There was not many pedestrian streets. It wasn't very pedestrian friendly.
Yeah,
and I think it took like 30 minutes to get like 80-90% of the way there.
Yeah.
But even if we got there, we probably couldn't do a really good workout, so we just decided to go back, just went to our hotel gym, which had some like very
rudimentary.
Rudimentary. I mean, it had some cables, it had like a 30-pound dumbbell with a bench that you can change the angle, and then there was some like treadmill, there was the elliptical. Yeah. So we got like a good 30-minute workout before we decided to go to Houston.
Houston was like a 3.5-hour drive from Austin.
Yeah.
We left kind of late because we wanted to go to the fair.
Yeah, we wanted to go to the fair. Oh, well, that's in Montgomery.
Montgomery County.
Montgomery.
And was it the city?
I think that's the county of
Conroe.
Conroe, yeah. That's the one. Yeah.
Sounds like cornrow.
So I think we arrived around 4:00.
Yeah.
It's still very hot and sunny. And what was it? I'm really glad that we went though, because
it was very, very fun.
It was a very fun.
It was a very Texan experience.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it before.
Yeah, it was like a big carnival outside with lots of food trucks, lots of like barbecue, and then on the other side was like a, what is it, like livestock
contest.
It was probably a contest, but we definitely missed it.
We missed it. Yeah.
But just the fashion of everyone, and like
cowboy, everyone
belts,
was wearing jeans.
Yeah, long jeans with like boots.
Yeah.
Like not a flannel shirt, but like a shirt, and cowboy hat. Even all the kids, like the teenagers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was saying to these guys, I felt like even if you turn the clock back 40 years, everyone would still look the same. Because they're just, like wearing flannels, cowboy hats, cowboy boots, and
jeans.
Yeah, and jeans, and just, it was really cool experience.
Yeah.
So we bought a, sweet tea? Yeah, and then you guys played one of the carnival games.
Yeah.
It's like it was like a dexterous game where you try to lift a lying down bottle with a ring on a string.
Yeah.
Which looked really deceptively doable.
Yeah.
Because the like the store owner, or not the owner, but like the
store runner. Yeah.
Was able to do it multiple times consistently
with different bottles.
Yeah. But it was deceptive. It was actually quite hard.
I think if you guys had a few more tries, you would have gotten it.
Could have.
Yeah. Should have practiced at home before we went.
You could have.
And then
we saw a bunch of kids hitting the pigs with a stick. trying to steer them. I don't know what they were doing, but it was so
Yeah.
random.
It was a bunch of kids. Yeah, they were just like using a stick, hitting them
To
around the.
control them, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, it's to steer them.
Mm.
Because the judge who was in the pen with them,
Oh yeah, he was like picking out.
yeah,
ones.
and so he was moving around, and I think the kids were meant to direct their pigs towards the judge.
Mm.
Yeah, so that's why they were steering their pigs by whacking them with a little
Stick.
feather stick thing. Which
Yeah, and then there was this one kid who was hitting it too hard.
Borderline abusing.
yeah, I was starting to sweat, man. Like, is someone gonna call Peter?
And then I think around 6 o'clock was when the rodeo actually started. It was a youth rodeo at the start.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if I was a parent, I don't think I'll let my kids do some of the stuff that they did
They're
there.
too dangerous, man.
Yeah.
They're like 3-4-year-olds.
Like the first one was
They were
like
tiny,
Yeah.
the kids.
trying to get like a ribbon off like a
goat.
goat's tail
Yeah.
that was tied down but still
That
like
one wasn't too bad.
it wasn't too
It was
bad.
kind of funny.
It was
Yeah.
funny when the ghosts like just decided to just run off and
maneuver.
yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes they didn't move at all.
Yeah.
It's like they had something against specific kids, and they just make their life as hard as possible.
And then there's this one kid who showed everyone else, I guess, how to do it.
Yeah.
Pulling the strings.
Yeah, so he
yeah.
pulled basically the leash that the goat was tied to, and then brought the goat towards them, and then
Yeah,
ripped
and then
the
once the
tag off.
kid grabs their horn,
Yeah,
the goat kind of went, I guess, docile.
like submits.
Yeah.
And then the next one was kids literally just hanging on to a sheep.
Oh, yeah.
That was messed up.
Look at like 4-year-old
Yeah.
kids
Yeah.
just hanging on the side of a sheep that's
It's
like
running
yeah.
around.
And then I'm definitely I'm pretty sure a couple of them got stepped on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Close
Yeah.
one, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them started crying.
Yeah.
Another one was limping away. This is like some 4 or 5-year-old kid.
Yeah, I saw it on a episode of Korean Englishmen when
Oh,
they
yeah.
went to like a huge rodeo in a different state. I can't remember which one it was.
Right.
I was like, no way that they actually do that.
Yeah.
They were doing that.
And no one else seemed bothered. by
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah,
They're just
completely
chilling.
unfazed. Yeah.
There were a bunch of families there cheering their kids on.
Yeah.
So weird. What was next?
I think there was like the choreographed like 6 girls on like horses with the
Mm.
flags.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
That was really impressive.
That was very cool.
Their horsemanship, I don't know how do you call it,
Probably that, yeah.
was really good.
Because, yeah, they would kind of steer their horses in concentric circles, and then the margin of error is very small, because they're basically like horse to horse as they pass one another. So, yeah, that was probably one of my favorite parts of the rodeo. And,
Oh, and then there was
yeah.
the cash cow one where the kids had to
Oh, the calves.
yeah,
Yeah.
catch the calf with a like a string up with it or like a
Yeah,
paper
there's
tag
like a
with it.
tag
Yeah.
attached to the calf.
Or I'm assuming they get money prize.
But this was a bit older,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the calves were much bigger.
Yeah, they were maybe 8 to 12 years old. Yeah, something like that. Then there was the lassoing competition.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
That was after the actual rodeo.
Oh, it was after. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
it was the
right.
Mustang riding. I think was
Yeah.
the first adult
True.
rodeo
You're
ride.
right. You're right.
That was actually pretty epic.
Yeah. The thing, like, okay, I don't want to go into the whole like animal rights activist mode, but the fact that they can make these horses like buck really aggressively. I know there's like a certain amount of like training to condition the horses to do that, but I feel like there's got to be something extra.
Yeah.
So
They just flip the switch and then they just like start
crazy,
like
yeah.
flailing.
yeah, and some of them take ages to calm down afterwards as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
even after the cowboy has been like ejected.
Ejected.
And then the cowboys getting off those horses was actually pretty cool too. There's
Oh.
the other two cowboys like riding right next to the horse.
Yeah.
That like kind of drag the.
Oh yeah, there was the one where they like literally, stronghold or grab the horns and then they like manually just like stop them and then like tackle them down onto the ground.
That was the last one, right?
No, there was the one where they like literally just grab them. Like there's like two horses next to each other and there's like a ball in the middle of them.
They just, like, jump
and they jump on it.
Yeah.
It was pretty crazy.
I mean, all of these activities have names, but it's hard to remember.
Yeah. We don't know the technical terms.
Yeah. And I think the last thing we saw were the like preteen teenagers that had to wrangle these cows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And had to bring it to the judges.
Yeah.
They were like farming students, right?
Yeah.
Future
Farmers Association. Because when they were introducing all the kids, it was like their name and then something or other FFA.
FFSA or something?
It's FFA, so it's like
FFA.
Future Farmers Association. And the only FFA I ever know is like Call of Duty Free for All. So, but then you after Google search, like, oh, okay, so these guys are all going to be farmers, down the line. Yeah, no, it was
I'd be scared of the cows if I was so close to them.
Yeah.
I'd have to like strangle them.
Definitely.
Like, they were okay, I guess.
I hope so. And then after that, we basically headed back
To the hotel.
Yeah.
Because the county was like an hour away
Yeah.
from
Our hotel.
from Houston.
It's a big city.
Yeah.
And then next day
Go to
we went to
Dim Sum.
Dim Sum
Yeah.
for a little change of pace,
Mm-hmm.
which was really good too. And that was the day we went to the Houston Space Station afterwards.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun as well.
You're going to Rocket Park and then learning about all of the Apollo missions. And just so much patriotism everywhere.
Yeah.
Like that's again like one thing apart from the beigeness, it's like beigeness and
The American
pride.
flag.
Yeah, pride for their country.
Everywhere.
Like, Americans are so proud.
Like gigantic flags next to the highways.
Yeah.
And that might be like a Texan thing too. I mean, definitely other places in the States, but especially in Texas.
Yeah.
America.
America.
And also the Texan flag as well. The simplified US flag.
Yeah, the Lone Star flag.
Yeah. It's everywhere.
And what do we do after?
We went to Royce Chocolate.
Oh yeah.
So Jin got some nice chocolate presents for his wife.
I think she's saving it up for something special.
Cool.
Okay. And then I think we just went back to Austin off that.
Yeah, because it's a long drive. And we had Korean food
Yeah.
at dinner.
But yeah, the rodeo was definitely worth.
Yeah, it was definitely if you're nearby.
Yeah.
It only happens once a year, I think.
Yeah. Per county.
Yeah, per county. So I'm really glad I came and got to see it.
Yeah.
I didn't think we would go, just because it was a bit far. But since it was on our way to Houston,
Yeah, that was
luckily
actually
it
pretty nice.
yeah, luckily it all lined up.
If it was like in a random county somewhere else, it might have been pretty hard.
Yeah.
But this one worked out really well.
And then the next day is actually yesterday, I think.
Yeah.
I think we definitely was
just
very
an off day.
tired
Yeah.
of like just doing lots of stuff for multiple days in a row. We just chilled at our hotel for a bit.
I watched the league.
Oh yeah,
Finals.
T1 vs Gen G finals.
Yeah.
If you're a league fan. Spoilers: T1 lost, unfortunately.
So the trucks won't stop.
Then we went to UT so that we went to UT, University of Texas, went to the gym.
Because Lionel hasn't been.
And Lionel hasn't been to the campus as well.
Or to the gym for a long time.
Yeah, I put Lionel through a good, nice chest day session.
Yeah. I can see it today.
I can see the pump. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's already
the pump.
bigger. It's already bigger.
Oh yeah, yeah. The facilities at UT
Oh yes.
are insane.
Yeah, the sports facilities is very impressive, and there's 3 of them apparently 3 gyms of like that size.
Yeah, and we were only at one.
Yeah, and the one that I saw was like as big as like a big commercial gym,
Mm-hmm.
and it has like so many machines. And then we met up with Jun and got some Detroit style pizza.
Mm.
Via 313.
Yeah, via 313. Definitely go there.
Mm-hmm.
It was very good pizza.
Yeah, would go again.
Especially the one of the pizzas that I ordered was like a fig jam with ham in it.
Yeah, it had
Prosciutto?
Yeah, it was very interesting.
Mm. I
Very
liked
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tanjan.
Yeah. Sweet and salty.
Yeah.
And then Jen dropped us off around 6th. Is it 6th Street or 6th Avenue?
6th Street.
6th Street, right?
Yeah. Where all the fun happens.
Yeah.
You know, still.
So then, yeah, Bong and I walked around the area a little bit.
Oh yeah,
and
how was that? Was there like a lot of people?
Not that.
chilling?
Not
Around
not
where
that
we were,
blocked, not.
yeah, some of the places were kind of empty.
Oh.
But then, once you actually get onto 6th Street, then there's a lot more people.
Oh, I see.
And we went to this jazz bar called the Elephant Room, which is in a basement. And yeah, it's good music. The drinks can be really strong.
Yeah.
Well, your first one you said
Yeah.
was fine, right?
Yeah, I got the espresso martini first, but that one tasted really good.
Mm.
Like, the alcohol content didn't seem that high,
Yeah.
but you got a
I got the jazz juice,
yeah.
which is, I think it's basically fruit punch, but then they add rum to it. And they added a lot of rum to it. So,
That was very strong.
yeah, it took quite a while for me to finish that
Yeah,
drink.
it took the whole night.
Basically.
the whole time we were there, he was drinking that.
Yeah.
And I got the Manhattan something. It was like bourbon,
Yeah, bourbon.
with Italian bitters. That one was quite strong too. I definitely felt that one.
Yeah.
And we had like nice deep talks,
Mm-hmm.
and we went back to a hotel. And I guess we're now to the present.
Yeah.
Yeah. Today was
Today's
kinda
last day.
chilling day.
Yeah.
Came over, met my wife,
Had lunch.
had lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And later tonight, Bong and I are heading to Las Vegas,
Oh.
the degen capital of America. And we have we arrive at just after 10 p.m. Vegas time, and we have a Grand Canyon and Hoover Dam tour tomorrow morning. Well, that starts tomorrow morning, so we'll pretty much be getting back to the hotel and then getting ready to go to bed. So. But Texas has been great. Yeah, I would definitely return. And I think Austin is a cool city. I know a lot of the locals, like when we were Ubering around, and for the drivers that do talk, they were saying that it's quite expensive to live here.
Yeah, the cost of living is not cheap.
Not anymore.
And it's also the fact that you see, as an Australian or a New Zealander, you see a price, but then you always have to add tax and then add a tip to it, to everything.
Yeah.
So things are basically that base price plus like a minimum 30% on top of it. And I think for the most products, what I've seen is the base price is quite similar to that in Australia. But then once you add everything, and you're doing this consistently for like basically everything you buy, it really does. Yeah.
I think Vegas might have a little bit less tax.
I think so. Yeah.
But if you go to California,
Cali's gonna have
and then
high
New York,
tax.
it's gonna be very
Pretty
similar to here, if not more.
I think it's more.
Like price wise.
Yeah. You gotta do it. It's,
USA is not a cheap tourist destination.
Especially coming from like Central and South America. Yeah, there's a very stark contrast. I know in South America there aren't many times when you have to turn. Mexico is a bit more common, but then in US it seems almost mandatory wherever you go. If there's like a server or something, then you just gotta do it. Yeah, then the two of us will be together for another
like week or so.
Yeah. And then I'll be making my way to Seattle to go see my family, some family there, and
I'll be going back to Brisbane. Back to
your family.
Back to real life.
Back to real life.
Snap back to reality.
Yeah. This is just 3 weeks of escape from reality.
So yeah, stay tuned for part 2
or
of Lionel's US trip.
Oh yeah.
Or
the next part, the next one.
Yeah.
Or his next podcast, or however you call it.
There should be one more episode while I'm in the US, at least. Just depends on who's free and keen to do it. Yeah, do you guys have any closing remarks?
It's been great to have some friends over. I haven't had anyone over since COVID.
Oh, true, yeah.
And I got to explore parts of Texas that I never would have otherwise. For sure.
We have to thank you for also just being such a gracious host and showing us your home state and driving us virtually everywhere. It's many accumulated hours of driving.
I give thanks to your Honda Civic.
Oh yeah. Hard time. He's alright though.
Do you have anything you want to say, Bobby?
I thought I had a great time. Texas was great. All the people here was really nice and welcoming. And it was great to see old friends again. I think that was probably the best part, was seeing friends from so long ago again, catching up and see where everyone is at with their lives.
And everyone's stay the same.
Everyone's pretty much the same.
I do want to at some point have like a larger reunion, but it's just as time progresses, it's increasingly harder to arrange that kind of thing.
As people settle
and
have responsibilities.
Because Jen's married now, and then a bunch of our high school friends are either married or getting married very soon. So.
And they're all split up. Everyone's very split up.
So. We'll see.
Okay. I mean, for your wedding, if you send me a flight ticket, I'll definitely.
A flight ticket? I'll see what I can do. It might not be for a while.
But I'll be definitely visiting because my sister's still in New Zealand.
Yeah, true.
Now that I've come here, you've got to come to Brisbane.
It's only fair, right?
Yeah.
And Bo-Geun's a good driver. He drove me when I went to visit him.
Oh yeah.
Okay then.
All right.
Until next time.
Cheers.
Yeah.